Hi, I'm Elliot, and this is your weekly theatre news recap, the show where I take all of the past week's UK theatre news and I give it to you in the only way I know how. Chaotically. This is a week for casting news. Everyone and their mum announced casts for shows this week. So if you want to stay up to date with all things UK theatre, make sure you hit like and subscribe because I do these every single week to varying levels of quality and success. But let's dive in, starting with the bulk of it. Let's start with the casting news. Let's rip the band-aid off. That's very American of me. Plaster. Let's rip the plaster off. That feels too British now. Anyway, we're going to start at the Theatre Royal Haymarket, where we have the cast announced for the transfer of The Score. This is coming over to London from the Theatre Royal Bath, running from Thursday the 20th of February to Saturday the 26th of April. Now, previously announced, Brian Cox and Nicole Ansari Cox would be starring in the show, and we now know the rest of the cast, including Peter DeJersey, Juliet Garrix, Stephen Hagen, Jamie Wilkes, Christopher Staines, Toby Webster, Matthew Romaine, James Gladden, Jeffrey Towers, Jordan Kilshaw, and Rebecca Thornhill, with further cast members to be announced soon. So if you want to catch this play directed by Trevor Nunn, you can catch it at the Theatre Royal Haymarket until the 26th of April. But don't go yet, because it's not open yet. It opens on the 20th of February. Don't go yet. Not open yet. I think it's Bill Bailey, the comedian, there right now. You're gonna catch the wrong show if you go right now. Next up, we have the cast announced for Wild Rose. This is a new musical that is premiering in Edinburgh, specifically the Royal Lyceum Theatre, from the 6th of March to the 5th of April. And starring in this, alongside the previously announced Dawn Sivright and Blythe Duff, are Andy Clark, Amber Sylvia Edwards, Liz Ewing, Peter Hanna, Hannah Jarrett Scott, Janet Kuma, and Louise McCarthy, alongside an ensemble and supporting cast members who will be where? The description down below. So you want to catch this new musical? Head over to Scotland. It's very far from where I am. I'd like to go. I'd love to go to Scotland one day. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to for this, but you know what? A girl can try. Next up, the Yard Theatre in London are doing a revival of The Glass Menagerie, and this will be starring Sharon Small as Amanda, Tom Vary as Tom, very fitting, Ava Morgan as Laura, and Jad Sayed as Jim. This will be playing in London at the Yard Theatre from the 28th of February to the 21st of April. So you want to catch this Tennessee Williams play? It is a Tennessee Williams play, right? This is a Tennessee Williams play. I'm not being weird about myself and misremembering my Tennessee Williams plays, right? Right? Anyway, you can catch it then. Next up, we got some exciting news from Back to the Future. Now, obviously, Back to the Future has a full cast change a little bit later in the year, so I wasn't expecting any new casting news yet. However, we are getting a brand new Marty McFly. Caden Brouch will be joining the cast in London from Monday the 10th of February, having played the role on the US tour. Now, Back to the Future normally doesn't have their principal Martys play on a Monday. That's normally the day for Alternate Marty. Alternate Marty always has the Mondays because their official show week normally starts on a Wednesday. So they go Wednesday through to Sunday, with their day off being Tuesday. So the alternate takes the final day of the week, giving the Marty an extra long weekend. Or, I guess, start of the week, because it's a Monday and a Tuesday. Shush. I know how weeks work. But it looks like Caden Brouch might be changing that, or, just starting that date, which is interesting to note. As well as this, Back to the Future has announced that they are looking for a new Marty McFly. They are doing a worldwide search in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future to find a new Marty for a production anywhere across the world. So if you feel like you've always been destined to play Marty McFly in the Back to the Future musical, head to their website to get some more details on how to audition. Next up, we're going to go next door. We're going to take a few steps down to the Vaudeville Theatre, where we have our new Queens of the Castle for 6, taking over from Tuesday, the 18th of February. First up, we have Jazz Robinson, who will be playing Aragon, who previously was in 6 in Toronto. Tao Therese Nguyen will be continuing as Anne Boleyn. Hannah Stewart, who has previously been an alternate in 6 and actually went to Broadway for a little bit, will be joining the UK cast as the Principal Jane Seymour. Dionne Ward-Anderson returns to the West End cast as Anne of Cleves. Caitlin D. Kuiper, who was previously in Six on the Norwegian cruise line, will be joining as Catherine Howard. And the only person who I don't think has previously been in Six as part of this new cast is Amelia Kinu-Muse, who is joining as Catherine Parr. As you can see, this is a very return hefty, a very Six alum made up Six cast. And it's going to be really exciting to see them all come over and play in the West End. So if you want to catch them at the Palace, that is from the 11th of February 2025 at the Vaudeville Theatre in the West End. Going from our queens to some smaller women, we have Little Women. As Anne-Marie Casey's adaptation of Little Women is going on a UK tour. And starring in this will be Belinda Lang, Honeysuckle Weeks, Jack Ashton, and Grace Maloney. This tour will be starting in March this year and will be going to Coventry, Blackpool, Edinburgh, Salford, Malvern, Eastbourne, Cardiff, Sheffield, Aberdeen, Birmingham, Richmond, Leeds and Plymouth. So if you want to catch this tour, you can catch it at any of those lovely tour stops right there. Next up, we have 39 Steps. This is a new production that is heading to 3 theatres on a mini UK tour. Starring in this production will be Danielle Bird, May McLeod, Matteo Oxley and Phil Yarrow. This will be opening at the Salisbury Playhouse from the 13th of February, and then we'll be going to the Mercury Theatre Colchester from the 11th to the 29th of March, and the Octagon Theatre in Bolton from the 16th of April to the 10th of May. So if you want to catch this production, you can catch it at those 3 tour stops. Now, this week, we got the announcement for Just for One Day. As you'll likely know, this production is heading back to London, specifically in the West End at the Shaftesbury Theatre from the 15th of May to the 10th of January. But before that, it's going to be heading to Toronto from the 26th of January to the 16th of March. So they kind of waited very last second to announce this cast, who will be performing at both venues. So there's a lot of returning cast members here. There's a lot of new names here as well. Joining the previously announced Craig Ells will be Kelly Abuwu, Julie Atherton, Jason Battersby, Jordan Cambridge Taylor, Eloise Davies, James Hamid, Faith Ifil, Melissa Jacks, Hope Kenner, AJ Lewis, Freddie Love, Timber Hendren, Rhianne Louise Mikulski, Jack Michael Stacey, Emily Oy, Ashley Samuels, Sadie Jean Surley, Jake Small, Tamara Tare, George Kerry Enright, Evan Fox Harrison, Esme Laudet, Eddie Mann, Jay Marshall, Lucan Simmons, and Deed Wineford. So if you want to catch that cast in just one day, you can either go to Canada, or if you want to wait a little bit longer so it comes a bit closer to you, it's going to the Shaftesbury Theatre in London, starting from the 15th of May. Heading over to the Menier Chocolate Factory, we have the cast announced for Dracula. Starring in this production, heading over from off-Broadway, is James Daly, reprising the role of Dracula, Safina Ladha as Lucy, Diane Pilkington as Dr. Westfelt, and Charlie Stemp as Jonathan Harker, with more casting to be announced soon. So if you want to catch this production, this opens from the 8th of March and runs until the 3rd of May at the Menier Chocolate Factory in London. Another off-West End theatre announcing some cast is the Lyric Hammersmith, as the ETT have announced their casting for their production of Macbeth. Starring in this production will be Alex Austin as Macbeth, Lois Chimiba as Lady Macbeth, Gabriel Akiwudike as Banquo, Bella Olbin as Malcolm, David Colwyn as Lennox, Amar Haj Hamid as Macduff, Daniel Hawksford as Duncan, Bianca Stevens as Lady Macbeth, and Sophie Stone as Ross. This opens at the Lyric Hammersmith in London from the 28th of February and runs until the 29th of March. As well as that, I told you there's so much casting news. This whole weekly news recap is just casting news. We're almost there. We have 2 more Western shows to talk about, and then we can go on to everything else. We have My Neighbor Totoro. They have announced the full cast for the London return and the West End premiere of My Neighbor Totoro. Now, first of all, returning to their lead roles in this production are Amy Okamura-Jones as Satsuki, Dai Tabachi as Tatsuo, Jacqueline Tate as Granny, and Ai Nomiya as the singer. Joining them will be Victoria Chen, who is joining the company to play the role of May. We also have all of our ensemble and supporting roles who will be in the description down below, but this is really exciting. I'm very excited for Return of Totoro. I didn't catch it on its second run. I saw it in the first time it came over. The second time I missed it. And I'm ready now. I want to see that magic. And if you also want to see that magic, it opens in March, running until November at the Gillian Lynn Theatre. And finally, in casting news this week, we have our new cast members joining Wicked in London. Now, I had heard whispers before these two cast members were announced officially, and I'm so glad I'm joining, because this is sensational. This is exciting, and we need to be ready, because I don't think we are. Leading the company for Wicked are Emma Kingston as Elphaba and Zizi Strallen as Glinda. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is, yes. I am there. I am sat. I am right there in the middle of that theatre. I am ready. These divas are going to give it. These divas are gonna give it to me. And like that wasn't exciting enough, we have further casting as well, including Carl Mann, who's returning as Fiero. He previously played the role on the UK tour and covered the role in London previously, and he is coming back to take on the role full-time in London. Sarah Ingram is joining as Madame Morrible, alongside Matthew Mattis as the Wizard. Hannah Qureshi will be starring as Messa Rose, David McKinney as Dr. Dillamond, and Ross Carpenter as Bok. Now, as well as this, what's really exciting is we finally have an alternate Elphaba. For a role that is as difficult as Elphaba is, it's surprising that we only have seen one come in now. So, joining as alternate Elphaba is Laura Emmett, alongside Lydia Gerard, who is joining as the standby for Elphaba, having previously covered the role on tour. This is a very exciting cast. The current West End cast will take their final performance on Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025, with this cast taking over the week after. But that's it for casting news. We finally made it through. Let's move on to concerts and events. The first thing we got to speak about is Elaine Page, who is getting a celebration at the London Palladium to celebrate her 60-year career. This will be hosted by Zoe Ball and will take place on the 25th of April 2025, featuring performances from Samantha Barks, Maz Murray, Julian Ovenden, Charlie Stemp, and Summer Strallen, performing iconic moments throughout Page's career. And if you can't attend this in person, this will be broadcast on BBC Radio 2 on Sunday the 4th of May as well. This is really exciting news, fantastic for Elaine Page. Obviously, she is an icon, a legend, the moment. So lovely to see them celebrate her illustrious career. As well as that, we have one additional cast member to add to If Then. This is happening at the Savoy Theatre on the 10th of February for our one performance-only concert. And joining the previously announced cast is Adam Garcia. As well as that, if you want a little taste of what this concert is going to provide, If Then have released one song from the show that you can catch on streaming services. This is Always Starting Over, which is available on streaming platforms including Spotify and Apple Music. So if you want a little taster, you can go and listen to that now. But let's move on to some miscellaneous news. First of all, we have 4 shows that have announced extensions this week, which is lovely to see. We love to see shows successful and thriving. The first of these is Mamma Mia the Party, playing at the O2. This is extended to the 31st of December 2025. Oliver, which celebrated its opening night last week, has extended to the 29th of March 2026. The longest extension out of everything this week, Titanic, has also extended to the 8th of June 2025 at the Criterion Theatre, and Benjamin Button has announced how they'll be heading up their extensions. They have initially extended to the 26th of April, with every Monday seeing an extra additional week added onto the run. So seeing as today is already Monday, it has already extended to the 3rd of May, with every additional week adding another week onto the run, which is an interesting way to do it. It's like not something that we often see with London Theatre. They like to do big blocks of extensions. This is interesting to see, and hopefully a move that will pay off for Benjamin Button, because that musical deserves the world. If you haven't seen Benjamin Button, you need to go and see Benjamin Button. As well as that, we have an announcement from Mrs. Riot. This is a cocktail bar in London, and they are relaunching Musical Mondays. The final Monday of every month will be a special edition Musical Mondays, which will feature performers, chats, games, and stagey fun hosted by a West End performer. On Monday, the 27th of January, this will launch from 6:30 p.m, starring Grace Mowat, who is currently starring in Mean Girls, but previously a cast member from Six and Anne Juliet, alongside Natalie Mae Paris, the original Jane Seymour in Six, and Billy Luke Neves, you can currently catch on the Hamilton UK tour. So if you want to get up close and personal to these incredible theatre performers, you can head over to this lovely bar on the 27th of January, or catch this at the end of every single month. Once again, that is the final Monday every month. And as well as that, the big announcement happened this week. The thing you have all been waiting for. We finally have details of the Six Proshot. We have been waiting for this Proshot patiently for ages. We knew that it had been filmed. We knew that it had been edited. And now everyone is going to be able to have a taste of Six, as Universal Pictures have announced that Six the Musical Live will be heading into cinemas starting on the 6th of April. Funnily enough, this is the same day as the Olivier Awards. So that one Sunday is a very, very busy day for theatre people. They're going to have to do a matinee of the Six Proshot and head straight into the Oliviers in the evening. This Proshot was filmed at the Vaudeville Theatre and brought back the original UK cast of Six. And I know what you're thinking. Ellie, are you excited for the Six Proshot? Well, I have a confession to make. My lovely friend Ellie works on the PR team for Six and was very kindly invited to a friends and family screening. She got given a +1 and very kindly gave that to me. So I have actually seen the Six Proshot. It's very good. I saw the Six Proshot 10 months ago. I saw the Six Proshot back in March 2024. I have been keeping that secret for so long. Everyone's been going, oh, where's the Six Proshot? When's it coming out? Have they edited it? And I was just over here like, But I can officially tell you, it's very good. And y'all need to get ready. You need to go and book your cinema tickets. This is the biggest theatrical event since Wicked. We need the theatre kids back into the cinema. We need to be sat and ready and watch it. And I can't wait to see it again. I can't believe that's something I actually get to say. But that's all the miscellaneous news for this week. Let's move on to transfers and new productions, where actually there wasn't that many. However, there is one piece of breaking news announced this morning that I've snuck in there for good measure. The first show to speak about is Supersonic Man. This is a brand new musical heading to the Southwark Playhouse Borough from the 9th of April to the 3rd of May. This musical is set in the LGBTQ community in Brighton and follows Adam, who is an influencer having the best time of his life. But when he is struck down with a terminal condition, he faces losing everything, including the love of his life, Daryl. Adam and Daryl vow that this is not the end. Instead, they will seek a completely new beginning and explore new ways to live. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to go celebrate some new LGBTQ theatre, you can head over to the Southwark Playhouse Borough from the 9th of April to the 3rd of May. As well as that, we got the announcement of a new play starring Beverly Knight. Yes, that is Beverly Knight in a play. This is wild and weird and I'm not quite ready, but you know what? I'm excited. This is the UK premiere of George Brandt's Marie and Rosetta, the play telling the true story of American singer-songwriter Rosetta Tharpe and her protege Marie Knight. So even though it is a play, we're still going to hear Beverly Knight sing, and that's what you really want. That's what you want. Beverly Knight will be playing Rosetta in this production, which will be opening at the Rose Theatre in Kingston from the 2nd to the 24th of May, and will then transfer to the Chichester Festival Theatre from the 25th of June to the 26th of July. So if you want to catch this production, you can head over to those two venues. As well as that, this week we got some further announcements about Evita. This production is heading to the London Palladium from Sunday the 27th of June, with previews starting from the 14th of June and running until the 6th of September 2025. Previously, we didn't know the dates. We now know them, and they're going on sale soon. When are they actually going? I should probably actually know when they're going on sale, shouldn't I? Okay, I've looked it up. Tickets are now on sale to anyone who has signed up for priority booking or has gone through Andrew Lloyd Webber's Box 5 Club. General booking will then be opening on Thursday the 23rd of January at 11 a.m. And a little bit closer to opening, there will be 5,000 tickets available across the run for £25 exclusively for under 30s, key workers and those receiving government benefits. Across all levels of the theatre, continuing the Jamie Lloyd Company's commitment to making theatre more accessible. Now, we know a lot about this production now. We know that it's going to be in some ways inspired by Jamie Lloyd's previous production at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. However, it's not a complete remounting of that. They're taking a new look at it and approaching it in different ways for this new theatre. We also know that they are eyeing up Ariana DeBose to play Evita. It hasn't been officially confirmed. However, Ariana DeBose has been doing interviews, specifically one with Deadline, where she said that she is currently in talks to be playing Evita in this production, which is very, very exciting. So if you want to catch this production, once again, this opens from the 14th of June and runs into the 6th of September. And speaking of the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, announced today in breaking news, last summer's production of Fiddler on the Roof is going to be transferring this summer to the Barbican Theatre, followed by a UK tour. This season continues the partnership with Trafalgar Theatre, following their previous shows Anything Goes, A Strange Loop, and Kiss Me Kate. What's very interesting about this, though, is that Trafalgar Theatre has come in as a producer on Fiddler on the Roof. However, what's very funny is that before Trafalgar Theatre had this deal with the Barbican, had this yearly summer season, that slot was initially filled by the Open Air Theatre, by Regent's Park. Regent's Park would often take their productions to that theatre. Jesus Christ Superstar went there, and Evita, which is now going to the London Palladium, was going to transfer there, but sadly got cut due to COVID. So this is the first production from the Open Air Theatre since, if I'm correct, Jesus Christ Superstar, that is going to the Barbican. I don't know if anyone else finds that interesting. I just find that very interesting. This will be opening at the Barbican for an 8-week season from the 24th of May to the 19th of July, with tickets going on sale on the 23rd of January. And then we'll be going on a UK and Ireland tour. And if you didn't think I'd been saying enough tour stops so far, oh boy, let me get ready, because the Fiddler on the Roof UK tour will be starting at the Bromley Churchill Theatre on the 24th of July, running until the 26th of July, and then we'll be visiting the Leeds Grand Theatre from the 28th of July, Belfast from the 4th of August, Norwich from the 11th of August, Nottingham from the 18th of August, Bristol from the 25th of August, Edinburgh from the 8th of September, High Wycombe from the 15th of September, Liverpool Empire from the 22nd of September, Southend from the 29th of September, Dublin from the 6th of October, Manchester from the 20th of October, Eastbourne from the 3rd of November, Canterbury from the 10th of November, Cardiff from the 17th of November, and Sunderland from the 24th of November. Oh boy, I haven't done a tour that long in a while. I'm rusty. So if you want to catch Fiddler on the Roof, you can either head to see it in London at the Barbican Theatre or at any of those tour stops. I was gutted to miss this production last year, and I'm so glad that it's transferring. I'm very, very excited. But that's it. That's your theatre news. What are you most excited for? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me. It helps out the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen right now and a link to my Instagram if you'd like to drop me a follow over there. I also have other social links and a merch store in the description down below. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.